Hi all, this is Mr. Lau, your friendly media specialist, and in this installment of 5 in 5, I actually have four books, four books related to the events of September 11th. As I was thinking about this week and this weekend being the 15th anniversary of September 11th, I was thinking about ways that you could start this conversation with students in your classroom. And I have four great titles that I wanted to share with you. I'll start with the more primary or the picture books, and then go to a little bit lengthier texts. The picture books would also end up being really excellent fits for our 3rd through 5th grade set as well. Let's start with Fireboat, The Heroic Adventures of John J. Harvey by Myra Coleman. This might be a book that you know. It's been in our collection for quite some time. This serves as an introduction to the John J. Harvey, which is a fireboat that was commissioned in the early part of the 20th century, and then was decommissioned and was ready for the scrap heap until a group of people in New York decided that it would be important to hold on to this piece of history, to buy the Harvey and to put it back into service, where it was on the Hudson River when on the day of September 11th, it was called into action to support the efforts of firefighters in the city. It was then really remembered and seen as a hero of 9/11. This would be a pretty sensitive way to be able to introduce 9/11 through the eyes of the fireboat, the John J. Harvey. Another book you might want to think of, which has also been in our collection for quite some time, the Caldecott Medal winning The Man Who Walked Between the Towers by Mordecai Gerstein. This just gently covers the topic of, just briefly covers the topic of 9/11. The focus of this topic is actually Philippe Petit, who in 1974, under the cloak of darkness, strung a wire between the two towers and then proceeded to sneak into the towers and do a tightrope walk between the two of them. This book that is done in watercolor shows the setup, how he sneaks in, as well as the death-defying tricks that he does in between the two. It also serves kind of as a tribute not only to Philippe Petit and the historic event, but also in the end to those towers, which in the end of the story says this. It says that now the towers are gone, but in memory, as if imprinted on the sky, the towers are still there. And part of that memory is the joyful morning, August 7th, 1974, when Philippe Petit walked between them in the air. If you were looking for more of a chapter book approach, something that you could recommend to kids, one series that's been very popular with kids is called the I Survived series, and there is one on the September 11th attacks. This particular series is really good about focusing not only on the adventure piece but on the historical elements, and it puts students in these stories. So realistic situation, realistic kids, and kids are really then looking at the situation through the eyes of a realistic character. And the last one I want to talk about is called America is Under Attack. This is by Don Brown. Don Brown, who has really become known for creating nonfiction themed graphic novels. This one is not a graphic novel, but it is a nonfiction account of the day that the towers fell. He does not use the method that I Survived does in terms of doing a historical fiction. He actually takes us through the entire day. So if you were looking for a way to introduce this topic to maybe our 4th or 5th grade students who did not know about this event and wanted to know more, this is an illustrated, really well researched and evenly portrayed account of September 11th. Well, that ends it for me. I'm sorry that I'm 6 seconds over. As always, if you ever have any questions about books or if there's anything we can get your direction, please let us know.